People who live in Lake County love the beautiful environment and everything it has to offer. Nobody wants to get sick and miss out on what they'd like to be doing. The best way to stay healthy is to avoid getting sick in the first place. Sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, if it were that easy, we'd never get sick. So let's talk about how to prevent influenza, better known as the flu. The flu is caused by a virus that is spread from one person to another. There are several flu viruses that circulate every year. That means you can get sick from the flu more than once. Flu viruses tend to change a little bit every year through a process called mutation. Once in a while, the virus changes a lot and is like a brand new virus. In 2009, the H1N1 virus arrived on the scene. It was so new that most people, especially young people, had never seen anything like it before. That means that it was easy to catch. When people all around the world catch a new virus, we call that a pandemic. Pandemics generally happen only every 30 years or so. There have been many pandemics over the years, including the H1N1 flu pandemic that we experienced in 2009 and 2010. But we do have a flu season each year. It starts in the fall and ends in the spring, and we call it seasonal flu. So let's get ready to stay healthy. Flu viruses spread through coughs, sneezes, and on our hands or surfaces that infectious people have touched. If you don't want to catch the flu virus, stay away from it. But how do you do that? Stay away from people who are sick with cough, fever, and sneezes. The most polite thing that sick people can do is to stay at home and away from other people until they are well. Cover coughs and sneezes. Everyone should do that, whether they think they have the flu or not. It's better to cough into your sleeve or a tissue than your hand. Coughing into your hand can cover it with invisible germs that spread to everything that you touch. Wash your hands right away. If you cough into a tissue, throw it into the trash and then wash your hands or use a hand sanitizer. For your own self-defense, it is a good idea to sanitize your hands regularly. After all, you touch all kinds of surfaces all day long. People sick with the flu, the common cold, or other infections that can spread might touch a doorknob, telephone, or other objects just before you do. Regularly washing your hands reduces the chance of picking up flu and cold viruses. If soap and water are not handy, you can use a hand sanitizer instead. Between hand washing, don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth because that's how viruses on your hands can cause infection in you. If you do get sick, stay home until you're well. Your friends will thank you later. Be especially careful to avoid passing your infection onto people who can get sick easily. That includes young babies, pregnant women, and people with chronic illnesses like asthma, diabetes, nerve and muscular diseases, cancer, and other serious conditions. In a perfect world, we could prevent the spread of flu by doing everything we just talked about. But guess what? We don't live in a perfect world. You could be exposed to an unexpected cough or sneeze. You might rub your eyes without thinking about the doorknob you just touched. Even people who plan to stay home when they are sick can spread the flu for up to a day before they realize they are sick. That's what vaccination is for. Being vaccinated helps to protect us from the flu when we are exposed despite our best efforts to avoid it. Flu vaccination is for everyone. That is, everyone over 6 months of age. If you're watching this video, chances are you're more than 6 months old, so this means you. This is the official recommendation of the Federal Centers for Disease Control's advisory on immunization practice, starting with the 2010-2011 influenza season. Flu vaccination is easy. Lots of people get a flu shot, no big deal. Most of the time you hardly feel it. Healthy non-pregnant people between 2 and 49 years old can be vaccinated with a nasal spray if they prefer. Either way works just as well. Usually 1 dose per year is all you need, but a second dose is recommended for children under 9 years who are getting vaccinated for the first time. There are hardly any reasons to not be vaccinated. If you have a serious allergy to eggs, that's one reason. Believe me, that condition is very rare. If you've had a serious reaction to past flu vaccinations, that's another reason to skip it. Other than that, no excuses. You'll be glad you got vaccinated. Catching the flu isn't fun and it can sometimes be serious or even deadly. So take the precautions we've talked about and get vaccinated. Doing both is important. Remember, we don't live in a perfect world, so even vaccination may not give you complete protection. But getting vaccinated and avoiding exposure will go a long way to keeping you healthy during this and every flu season. It may not be a perfect world, but Lake County is perfectly beautiful. Keep yourself well and enjoy life by keeping flu out of the landscape.